Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am actually doing a mom video, and if you read the title you already know what it's about. It's about what contractions feel like. So if you haven't been to my channel, welcome. I'm Watermelon Hannah. I love to have you join the patch and just click the subscribe button. I focus on mom and PCOS videos along with just healthy lifestyle and healthy living. So if you don't know my story, I'm a first-time mom to my son who's about a year old, and I had a natural birth with him at a birth center a year ago. Makes sense. So my main thing going into labor my main curiosity was, what does a contraction feel like? You hear everyone say, oh, they're painful, blah, 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 but they never really get to the point of, okay, there's a lot of things that are painful. You can cut yourself and that's painful. You can get a splinter, that's painful. You can stub your toe and that's painful. But those are all different pains. So what do contractions feel like? I also want to point out that for me, I don't even like to refer to contractions as pain for the simple fact that pain for me has fear involved. So I don't even like to call contractions pain. I just call it a very intense sensation. Some people will be like, oh, that's super painful. And I'm sure in the moment I was like, woo, that was strong. But there wasn't ever fear. And I want you all to if there's anything to get out of this video, is don't be fearful of contractions. Welcome them, because they bring your baby into this world. And there is nothing like the love you will have for your baby. Trust me. So anyways, what do contractions feel like? In the beginning, my contractions felt like period cramps. Oh, I also want to put out a disclaimer. Everyone feels labor differently. Some people have completely different experiences, so this is just mine. In the beginning, the very beginning of labor, my contractions just felt like light period cramps, and they started to intense. But before I even went into labor, I took a class called hypnobirthing, and hypnobirthing teaches you to change your whole mindset on birth and labor. And they also did a really good demonstration that I feel really shows what a contraction feels like to people that, like, even for men, what they would know. So it's a contraction. What it is your uterus contracting, and it's basically pulling up muscles to push down. I know, does that even make sense? So it's these muscles contracting on top of your uterus are pulling the cervix up. So that's how you dilate. Try not to get so much into birth, but basically by the time you're having super intense contractions, most of your uterus is like all compacted up here and is just forcing the baby down. So what you're really feeling are the contractions, but it's that uterus, which is a muscle in your body, working. So you have to think of it as the further into labor you get, the more tired that muscle is going to feel. So if you've ever lifted weights and you're like getting to that last rep and you're feeling that burn and that sensation, that is the perfect way to explain what a contraction feels like. But it's all throughout your stomach. I know that sounds so intense, but again, when you're lifting weights and you get to that point, are you like, ow, oh my gosh, I'm never doing that again. That was just, horrific. I could never. Of course, labor is way more intense because that muscle is working throughout labor, and depending on how long your labor is, I'm guessing depends on what sensations you are going to feel. But to me, after going through labor, I was like, that was a really good demonstration. It's your muscle, like, the more and more you work it, the more you feel it. And that is exactly how it was for me during labor. So there you have it. Pretty short and to the point, but if y'all have any questions, please feel free to ask them down below. I also have a video linked in the description box of my birth story. And if there's any other questions you have about natural birth or just labor in general, even if you're not planning on having a natural birth, please feel free to ask me. I know going like those few months before labor, all the anxieties can kind of kick in and all the questions, and it's just kind of like, it's something you've never experienced before, and I feel like nobody really talks about it. They're always vague, just like, oh, it's so painful, and that doesn't help. So yeah, yeah, there you have it. Okay, I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for joining me. See ya.